parallel universes, traveling, vibration, and overall disposition. I remember one of the most common things that I would think, that I would feel wherever I traveled, whether it was Mexico, Afghanistan, outside of the country, across states. The most common thing that I would think to myself, that I would feel, was this would be really nice if it wasn't so shitty. Which even feels apt for being in Afghanistan, having deployed over there, having had to deploy over there. But really, this is completely false. At least from this disposition or this vibration. What's true for me now is that it didn't really matter where I was not able to enjoy myself because I didn't have a good relationship with myself. So it really didn't matter what life I was in, or what body, what state of mind or physical place. What mattered was the vibration at the time, the state of vibration that I was in, what I was vibrating. And that's that I didn't have a good relationship with myself, so I didn't have a good relationship with the world around me. This is to say that I could have very easily enjoyed the moment, let's say in Afghanistan or in Mexico or in Arizona and California, where I was stationed, where I was thinking this would be really nice if it wasn't so shitty. Instead, just a simple mindset shift of, this is really nice. Despite how shitty things are, I am grateful. And that subtle difference is what really ramps up and elevates over the course of time, over the course of the passing days, weeks, months, and years, and lifetimes even, is what makes all the difference. It's what completely changes one's trajectory. So if I remember back to the Netflix movie Bandersnatch, where it's kind of like a choose-your-own adventure movie, and this other movie that I was kind of seeing, I caught a glimpse of it, just a few scenes where a man had passed away, but they were monitoring his brain activity, and they could see it through a screen, what he was seeing. And what he was seeing after he had passed away in that universe, let's say, he had woken up in another universe where he was making slightly different decisions. I think his daughter was there, and she said something in the vein of, yeah, that's where he was at the time, but that's not how things were happening. This is different. What we're seeing on this screen is different from the way it played out in this life. And that's what led them to believe the many worlds theory, let's say. And this is the thing about vibration, is that if I am still, let's say there's because he had gone back, it would seem, it was kind of implied in the movie, he had gone back to make a different decision because in that life where he had died, he was kind of unhappy. And that's the thing. If I pass away in this life and I wake up in another one, but I'm still me, I'm still gonna be me, right? So if my disposition is still in that life, even though I'm making different decisions, I'm still making them from the same vibrational state of being, mindset, what have you. The effect is going to stay the same. This is kind of to circle back to this girl that I was really into. Let's call her G. I feel myself getting sucked into that memory. If I go back in time somehow and make the decision to be with her then that I didn't make in this life, I still have my traumas. I still have my wounds that I still need to work through. And if we did wind up together, that doesn't mean that it would be a happier timeline, because it doesn't really matter what timeline you're on. If your vibration, if you're not holding your, let's say, vibration accountable, if you're not holding yourself accountable, your state of being is still going to suffer, right? So like if I'm sad here at home and I go to Paris, there might be some novelty to that, but I'm essentially taking my problems with me, or I'm escaping my problems here by going over there. And in so doing, I go over there with this kind of false belief or false expectation that it'll be so much better. It'll be so much that like my experience over there, let's say in Paris, will be romanticized. Because why? Because my problems aren't over there. But if I stay there long enough, my problems will still manifest in different ways, in different relationships. Those patterns, those karmic cycles will still show up there. But if I do the work, the internal work, the inner child work, the things that raise my vibration by letting go, by forgiving, letting go of grudges, all these things, then my mindset does the subtle shift. Tongue twister. And thus I manifest greater and greater things in a kind of snowball effect. But it all starts with me, no matter what life I find myself in. So if I were to die now and wake up in another life, get the same body, I do so within this vibration, within the vibration I'm at now. And what goes forward, what's carried across lifetimes, is your vibration, is the vibration in which you passed away.